Yeah. Woo! Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
Good to play Fire Red, Leaf Green on this one again.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Pokemon, hey Kev,
Yeah.
remember when we did that Ash video a few years ago?
Wait, you mean the one where we remade all his Pokemon teams?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that was fun. A
that
little
was
cringe
nice.
at
I
times,
feel
but it
like
was
we could
fun.
have done some other choices.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that was a few years ago. I mean, it's not like we have a chance to redo it after for the anniversary of
Let's
Pokemon,
do it.
right?
Wait a minute.
We're gonna do it again, aren't we?
Yep.
Fine. Hello, everyone. The King Dragonil back with my good friend Nathaniel. Yeah, this year is a big one. I mean, it's the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. That's a
That's
feat.
older than both of us.
I know. And yeah, we decided to do some Pokemon themed videos. If you haven't seen it before, check out our video with the Dark Reviewer on our favorite Pokemon of each type. Now, a few years ago, around the time Ash's journey in Pokemon ended, we made a video where we discussed Ash's Pokemon team, but we remade it because, let's be real.
Ash's original team is just like, it's not bad per se, but I felt like they could have done some tweaking.
Yeah, a lot of tweaking. sorry. Got something on my throat. But after seeing a lot of videos on this topic, people doing their own version, I just realized, well, dang, we actually forgot some few Pokemon that actually fit Ash. So
yeah,
for this video, we're gonna pretty much remake what we did. I mean, most of it's gonna be the same. I mean, if you've seen the original video, you know. If you like the original video, more power to you. But honestly, we wanted to do this.
It doesn't hurt to do a remake now and then.
Yeah. So here is our remake of Ash Ketchums. There we go. I was a little awkward.
All right, yeah, sorry about that. A bit of scuff right there on my end.
I remake. 2, 1. Yeah, Ash Ketchum's Pokemon Team Remake! Yeah! Oh, that was cringe. But yeah, so for this video, we're going to go with each region, including a few others, because let's be real, he did kind of catch a few more Pokemon in expansions of certain regions. You'll see what we mean in a minute, but for now... Alright, so the first region, of course, is Kanto. I mean, it's Ash's journey, and his first Pokemon in every region.
It's Pikachu. It's his iconic Pokemon.
I mean, I know, yeah, people could keep saying, like, why don't you just make Ash evolve Pikachu? Well, would you kill Christ? No, you wouldn't, so don't tempt fate. I mean, Pikachu's strong as it is. I mean, heck, that's why it's starting its own game. Let's go Pikachu. So, yeah,
just give it a light ball and you're all good.
Yeah, and as for Ash's next Pokemon...
This one's staying Squirtle. I know some people are wondering, why can't we just evolve Squirtle? Well, that could be possible, but that would have been like a copy of Gary, really.
And plus, you kind of ruined the whole motif of the Squirtle Squad, okay? If Ash's Squirtle evolved, you know what they have to do? Everyone else has to evolve through the Wartortle Squad, and that sounds way worse. I mean, then we're gonna miss Squirtle cosplaying as Kamen Rider. We can't have that. That's sacrilege.
Yeah, plus... it's also a reference to how Red has his team in Smash Bros.
Speaking of that...
and it's connected to the next Pokemon, Ivysaur.
Look, Ash, I understand you respect your Pokemon not wanting to evolve. I understand. But honestly, Bulbasaur felt like it could have evolved at one point.
Yeah, I get it's part of Bulbasaur's personality, but can you imagine how much of a powerhouse Bulbasaur will be when it becomes an Ivysaur? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Bulbasaur have a pretty good win rate out of the 3 starters?
Yeah, it has probably the highest win rate, even over Charizard. Then again, Charizard was kind of an asshole in the beginning of the series.
So he was kind of thrown into games on purpose.
Yeah, and plus, the thing is, let's be real, if there's one Pokemon that is supposed to be in charge of everyone in Oak's Lab, are you going to follow a Bulbasaur, or are you going to follow an Ivysaur?
I mean, either way, you're following the same Pokemon line.
Yeah, it's just a little wiser. I'm just saying, if I'm a big, Rhydon, I don't want to follow a measly little Bulbasaur. I will listen to an Ivysaur. Now, could Ivysaur evolve to a Venusaur? Maybe, but right now for Kanto, I think Ivysaur is good enough. And of course,
it ain't Ash without Charizard.
Yeah, the story with Charizard, it was so good. You know, honestly, I wouldn't change anything for Charizard. Maybe at one point, maybe I'd listen a little earlier, but honestly, it's fine with the way it is. It shows Ash that high-level Pokemon, you need to show your experience. Otherwise, they're just going to be lazy. That's what happened to me.
The number of badges, too.
Yeah, like with me, when my brother Nuzlocked Dialga for Pokemon Diamond, when I tried to use that and I was in the second gym, Dialga kept sleeping! I was like, bruh!
Yeah, depending on the number of badges, the Pokemon will not listen to you.
Come on! I wanna use more time on Fantina! Just saying.
Trust me, when I got Ash Greninja in Pokemon Sun, it did the same thing to me.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on to our next Pokemon for Ash.
Primeape!
Now, look, I freaking despise what they did with Primeape. The one time Primeape listens to Ash, what happens? Oh yeah, here, Anthony, you can just take Primeape.
He just gave it away to training, and then was like, really? You didn't bother bringing Primeape back?
Now, yeah, so for this remake, Ash would do that, but he would call Anthony.
Primeape for certain situations. For example, maybe against like the 8th gym leader Giovanni, or maybe another example, against Lane, or even during the Pokemon League.
Yeah, because let's be real, Ash losing that Pokemon League, why is he only sticking with the Pokemon he's choosing? Dude, you have more Pokemon in Oak's Lab. Call them up, get them. Might be last minute, but do it. That's why you wouldn't lose to Richie. Yeah. No offense to Richie. Richie's a cool guy, but
come on, man. Like, you brought in Kingler and Muck. What's stopping you?
Yeah, plus Primeape, honestly, this is me, I feel like Primeape could be the second ace of Ash's Kanto team. If Charizard wasn't there. Just saying.
Because of that raw power that Primeape has.
I'm just saying, and you know, who knows, maybe Primeape will show up later on.
Maybe.
Now as for Ash's next Pokemon.
Now as for the next one, Eevee!
Now, okay. Pokemon Company.
How many times have Ash's companions have gotten Eevee, but not him? Especially during that debut episode, he wanted to get one.
Okay, look, I understand that they want to keep Pikachu and Eevee separate. I get that, but it comes to a point where it feels like you're just teasing us. Like the Eevee from in Sun and Moon, that could have been Ash's Eevee. Okay.
It went to Lana, but okay, rants aside. Okay, for this Eevee, you know how Pikachu is usually hyperactive and all that? I imagine this Eevee is like a little more meek, a little more reserved, and a lot more feminine, which is ironic considering gender wasn't introduced in Gen 1.
Yeah, so honestly, I feel like when Ash catches Eevee, he would be in a predicament, because, you know, he knows about the evolutions. Remember that one episode with the Eevee brothers? Like, imagine Ash deciding, like, he wants to evolve Eevee, but then he comes to a realization. He's already got the 3 types. I mean, if he uses a Fire Stone, he's already going to have another Fire type, and he's got the Charmander line, so it's pointless. If he uses a Water Stone, he's got Vaporeon. He's got Squirtle already. And if he uses Thunder Stone, he gets Jolteon, but he's got Pikachu. Honestly, I feel like this Eevee would not want to evolve. Maybe sticking with Pikachu, because it just doesn't feel like it needs to evolve in those forms. And honestly, I feel like Ash would respect that.
Plus, Eevee can come in clutch.
Like, I can imagine there could be some episodes where Eevee actually gets a little spoiled by Ash, and Pikachu's just like, Yes, I know, Pikachu jealousy episodes, like, well, that's new, but honestly, with an Eevee, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's with an Eevee.
Now,
as for his next Pokemon, Gengar.
Okay. People keep saying the Hunter Ash brought with him to Sabrina is his. Technically, no. Technically, it's still wild.
It's a wild Pokemon that followed him.
But in this version, though,
he does catch it.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, this is the only ghost type in the Kanto games, but honestly, that'd be impressive. Like, imagine Gary faces Ash when he has Haunter, and Gary's like, what the heck? How do you have such a powerful Pokemon? Well, it's a good advantage. Plus, honestly, I can imagine Haunter and Gengar always being the prankster of the group. Like, imagine with Eevee, like, when Ash is introducing Eevee to the group, Haunter's like, Haunter! Like, handshake. Like, Haunter! But honestly, Gengar would come in clutch. No offense to the Gengar in Journeys. That one is really good, but honestly, Ash should have had it in the beginning. Just
Yeah,
saying.
he should have had one from the start.
As for the next Pokemon,
Dingler!
now look, I get people, like, I've seen a lot, including Zatoshi. By the way, shout out to Zatoshi. He's a great big YouTuber. Follow him.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I understand people think Kingler is such an odd choice, but honestly, I like how Kingler is the one that introduced the idea of you can only carry 6 Pokemon. If you have a 7th, goes to the lab.
Yeah.
But in our version, Ash would actually use Krabby more because, yes, the debut of Krabby was kind of funny, but also very clutch. But imagine he trained Krabby, because let's be real, Ash's Krabby may be small, that thing is tough. Like, I can imagine him using it against Koga and against some of the other gym leaders, honestly. Like,
yeah,
it'd be great. Plus,
it's a pretty, like, versatile one.
Though, imagine a Squirtle tries to size up Kingler, and Kingler just does... It's like, oh no! Like, that'd be funny just having that with Ash's dynamic. Just say, it'd be really funny.
Water type duet.
Yeah, it's always fun. It's always.
But on to the next Pokemon that he has, Muk.
Now I
know.
Yeah.
Muk is an odd poison type. I know, and yeah, we're giving Ash like 3 poison types, which is ironically in the same row as he's.
Oh my! How did we do that?
I don't know, but honestly, Muk is not that bad of a Pokemon once you know how to use it. Plus, I think it's a tank.
I mean, it did beat that OP battle spread that somehow beat both Bulbasaur and Pikachu, so... Plus, Muk learns a few ice moves, like Ice Punch. Imagine that facing against a flying type or a psychic type, just... But still, imagine Ash always brings it up, like he uses Muk in a gym battle. Muk just suddenly just goes to hug him, like, okay, Muk, please, after the battle. And then Muk shows he's broken. Like, just saying, that'd be fitting.
Yeah, plus, most of Ash's Pokemon are usually all about speed, but this is a rare case. It's like Ash utilizing a Pokemon that's all about defense.
Yeah, it would teach him early on.
Mm-hmm.
Now for the next Pokemon.
Tauros, only one Tauros. Because, okay, look, I get it during the Safari episode that was, like, not aired in the US because of the uses of guns. But keep in mind, I get it. It was an accident because, like, he was trying to catch other Pokemon, but every time it happens, one Tauros kept running into the way, and that led him to have 30 Tauros. It's funny the first time, but after a few times, it's just like, it got a bit stale. And plus, Tauros was kind of underutilized.
I mean, he only had 3 wins overall. Like, and plus, that's not even implying that if Ash is using the same Tauros, that's the problem. Ash has 30 of them. You don't even know if he's using the leader or not. And plus, do you remember the Tauros tournament Ash entered at Johto?
Yep.
When he won, people offered other Pokemon for a Tauros. What did he say? No, sorry, I can't do that. Like,
I was like, dude, you're getting more Pokemon for the Pokedex. Take that opportunity.
Like, look, bro, I know you love your Pokemon, but dude, it's 30 Tauros. You're not gonna see me having 30 Pikachu and not trading that shit away. I'm just saying. Just saying. Like, it'd be another great normal type, you know, with good defense and a lot of bulk. So, one's enough. That's it. 1. Though
Yeah,
that's not the
enough.
only Pokemon Ash is gonna catch in the Safari Zone.
Dratini.
Yeah, because remember that Sandbab episode, Ash met a Dratini? Honestly, he should have caught it. I mean, it feels like an Ash Pokemon, though I can imagine, unlike every other Pokemon in Ash's team, even Eevee, Dratini's scared of everything. Like, I can imagine when it sees Ash, runs away because it's scared. Like, Ash would learn patience and eventually catch Dratini, but he wouldn't be able to use Dratini in gym battles because Dratini's too afraid. Then again, look at all the Pokemon Ash has in his team. The only ones that would be nice are Pikachu and Eevee. Even then, like...
The small squad.
Yeah. Though, I can imagine this version, Ash would probably use Dratini during the Pokemon League, during the battle against Jeanette. And I feel like Dratini could show how fast it is, even though it could still be scared. And it also shows to Ash, Dragon types may be powerful. They're not easy to tame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, this is Ash's Kanto team. Reminder, though... in this canon, he will catch both Caterpie and Pidgeotto, though in canon he would release them because
Yeah,
stories
because like it's part of its storyline. So
let's be real, Butterfree and Pidgeot didn't do shit. Let's be real.
not really, no.
Yeah, so but honestly, I think this is a good Kanto team. But moving on,
and people think we're going to be going to the Johto region. Nope, we're heading to the Orange Islands.
Yeah, because look, I know it's technically filler, but honestly, Orange Islands, it had a lot of development for Ash, and honestly, I think it could work for Ash's team. So the Pokemon he's gonna have in this team,
he's obviously keeping this crew, but we have some other additions that are either getting an update or being new to the team.
The reminder, we are letting him catch and release Lapras, because Lapras was kind of clutch with the transportation. Yeah, so the first one, of course, is Dragonite. Now, imagine this. Remember when Ash was had to fight one of those gym leaders, and he had to do Pikachu and Charizard versus two other Pokemon?
And Marowak.
Imagine this, a triple battle. Pikachu, Eevee, and Dratini. Imagine Dratini is the reason they lose, because Dratini's scared, it doesn't want to move, and Eevee takes a hit. But then that episode, Dratini starts building confidence, wanting to not be scared anymore. And during the battle, it takes a hit for Eevee and Pikachu, which actually causes it to evolve. Yeah, it would fit. And then during the Orange League, imagine during the battle against Drake, Ash uses Dragonair against Dragonite. And then eventually, it evolves. It goes from the weak, meager Dratini to a powerful
dragon.
Because look, no offense.
To the Journey's version of Dragonite. It was pretty good. I mean, it actually kept up with Leon's Dragon Pulse. That was a pretty clutch move. I like that.
Though I will say some of the losses that Dragonite had in that series was embarrassing in my opinion. But another thing, Pikachu versus Dragonite. That was cool in the beginning, but then when you really look at it, no. And
that was the one time that Ash was actually being a little more strategic instead of being reckless.
So, but plus, honestly, Dragonite versus Dragonite, let's be real, that would be a clutch fight. But next,
we got Snorlax. We're keeping Snorlax.
I mean, the thing, learned 6 moves and 1 battle. Let's be real. That's BS, but yeah, plus, this guy has kind of one of the highest win rates for Ash. Even when he gets knocked out, he always makes sure to take someone with him. That's why you do not underestimate the GOAT. That is why he is the GOAT.
There's a reason why I have Snorlax as my favorite normal type.
He is awesome. But
for this last new member, this is actually a new addition that we decided to do.
Yeah.
Scyther.
Remember the Scyther Tracy caught? Yeah, and I know no one really remembers Tracy, but he caught a Scyther, an old Scyther that got taken out of its clan because of a younger Scyther. That was a good storyline. Thing is, it doesn't really fit Tracy. I get they wanted to have Tracy do something, but Scyther doesn't really
fit him.
Honestly, I can imagine Ash wanting to train Scyther, because he sees despite age, Scyther could be powerful, and eventually Ash would catch Scyther. It'd be a really cool bug Pokemon, a good replacement since Butterfree. And maybe, use
quite a bit of an upgrade.
Oh, yeah. Plus, I can imagine if Scyther goes back to Oak's lab, along with Ivysaur, it would always keep everything in order.
Yeah, it'll be the father and the uncle. Who would be the father, though?
Ivysaur, seniority.
Okay, so that would mean Scyther would be the cool uncle.
Yeah, no, well, kind of. But I imagine Ivysaur tells everyone to calm down. They're laughing, but then Scyther's right there, okay. Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. Tracy's cool, but no. But honestly, this would be a good team. But now we're gonna move on from the Orange Islands
to the Johto region.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a one change or two you're guys gonna like. Now, for the Johto region, of course, Ash brings some of his old Kanto Pokemon, but as for some new Johtomons,
he's bringing back the Eevee, and it'll become an Espeon.
Imagine this. Ash meets Gary again, and he sees Umbreon, a new evolution for Eevee, and Ash decides, you know what? I could evolve Eevee too. So he tries to evolve Eevee during night, but Eevee just doesn't want to evolve because it doesn't want to be an Umbreon. It doesn't want to copy. It wants to do its own thing. So imagine during I don't know, Team Rocket fight. Like, Eevee sees Ash almost falling and decides to push itself to evolve to Espeon. Because remember, Espeon evolves via friendship in the daytime. That would be a good parallel.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I can imagine during the Johto League, during Ash and Gary's match, Umbreon versus Espeon.
Which,
that would be
yeah,
so
that
cool.
may be a bit of a drawback for Espeon because they can't really damage like dark types. But I can imagine Espeon still keeping up. Like, it still has some other moves like Swift, Quick Attack for some coverage.
Maybe even
Shadow
Iron Tail.
Ball.
Yeah, imagine Iron Tail too. That's what gives Pikachu the idea. Like, and then imagine it beating Umbreon. That would be such a clutch move. Yes, it might lose to the next Pokemon, but the fact that it beat a Pokemon that was supposed to be its better proves that Espeon is OP. Plus, it's a reference to Red. Just saying.
Yeah, because he has an Espeon in the manga and the original Gold and Silver game.
Yeah, I don't know why Heart Gold and Soul Silver changed it, but anyways.
And moving on from that, the next Pokemon that he's going to be like bringing back, Scizor.
Yeah, because remember, Scyther and Onix got a new evolution. So imagine this. When Ash and Brock learn about it, they decide, you know what, Brock? Let's trade. So they both get a Moto Coat. They trade their Pokemon. Boom. Brock gets a Steelix early, and Ash gets a Scizor. And let's be real, Scizor would be awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
like maybe the age might slow it down a bit, but like the fact that it's a part Steel type, that'd be amazing. Like I can see it doing a lot of damage to some of the later gyms. And even with Gary, which, let's be real, Gary did not deserve Scizor. I'm sorry. It feels
That thing
so
was
wrong.
like, eh.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it took down Snorlax, but against Charizard, get out of here.
Yeah, you just got nay-nayed.
Yeah. Now for the next Pokemon.
Heracross.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be weird having Ash have two bug types, but honestly, it works. Plus, I can imagine Heracross actually wanting to do more because of Scizor. I mean, it sees an older Pokemon that has to do evolution, and yet Heracross, you know?
It's a pretty good bug and fighting type.
Yeah, plus imagine a storyline where Heracross tries to control its saber for a tree sap, but that's when Scizor comes in and actually disciplines it. It would be kind of like a student-mentor thing. It'd be kind of cool. Plus, I can imagine if Scizor ever goes down in battle, Heracross sees and decides, let's go, I'm gonna avenge you. It'd be awesome.
Plus, there'll be like moments where you can actually be like very helpful in battle. Heck, I don't know why Ash didn't think about using this one against Whitney. Like, you have a fighting type right here. Go for it.
Instead, he used Pikachu, Cyndaquil, and goddamn Totodile. Oh, Johto Ash. Oh, Johto Ash.
Some issues could have been worked out.
Yeah.
But at least he did have one Pokemon that actually surprised me a little bit. Bailey.
Yeah, I'll be real with you. I did not like Chikorita that much. It was kind of clingy, but I'm not gonna lie.
It's really.
Yeah, but damn, she did some damage. Like, god damn.
Like, she was pretty strong. Even somehow taking out Charizard. Somehow.
Yeah, a little BS, but and yes, we could evolve it to Meganium. Yeah, that's
But
fine.
honestly, it's fine as a Bailey.
Yeah, I mean, plus they took down both a Poliwrath from Chuck and Harrison's Houndoom. Let's be real, not a lot of Pokemon can do that. Though we're not gonna mention how it lost to a Metapod. Oops.
That was stupid.
Nah, yeah.
But
next
moving
one.
on from that, Typhlosion.
Now, look, Cyndaquil was awesome in Johto, and it was built up to be the next ace. Thing
But
is, Johto just kept him as a Cyndaquil.
Until Sinnoh.
So, that's why we're interested. Imagine it during the battle against Jasmine. Because let's be real, that battle was rough for Cyndaquil.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it should have evolved at that point. I feel like it would have fit. And then maybe during, say, the Johto conference, like, it evolves fully to Typhlosion. Maybe not on the level of Charizard, but honestly, it could be up there.
Yeah.
Though, I could still imagine Ash, like, patting a Typhlosion, and then he feels it warm up, like, oh, no. You know what? Doesn't hurt as much as Charizard. It just fades.
Because he's so used to getting, like, the flames in his face.
Yeah, so the lazy Cyndaquil evolving, and the reason why it evolves, we'll explain later. But as for the next Pokemon,
Noctowl. This is its first shiny Pokemon, and some people think, oh wow, Noctowl, that's like not a very good Pokemon for him. Yeah, look at the battle at Morty, the battle with Claire, and the battle with Conway. Come back to me after you see those battles.
Yeah, and yes, Ash honestly should have used Noctowl more, but honestly, I think Noctowl is fine the way it is. Plus, imagine it teaching Espeon more psychic moves, you know?
Yeah.
It'd be great to have that, you know? Plus, yeah, again, it's a shiny. Plus, probably has a better win rate than Pidgeot.
Yeah, it definitely has a better win rate. Plus, I can imagine like Noctowl having a bit of more of a sassy like personality.
Ooh. Ooh. Like, it just keeps doing that, and everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, can he stop?" I should not have got this thing. That's the mindset. All right,
Yeah.
now for the next Pokemon.
Quagsire. Yeah, we're replacing Totodile for this one because like
Look.
Totodile's funny and all, but it got a worse win rate than Squirtle.
Yeah, I mean, it like, dude, like, it didn't win anything until like the water tournament. Plus, it didn't evolve. Just saying, it could have done more. So that's why we decided Wooper would be a good one because it is part ground type, so doesn't get shocked by electric moves. Plus, honestly, Wooper would be funny. Like, let's.
It would not be a prankster, but it's just like a derpy Pokemon that's like causing problems unintentionally.
Yeah, like, imagine like.
Imagine it's just like it slapped its tail and then it's just like knocked over the stuff and it's just like hit the Pokemon and then Wooper's like,
It's and then with Quagsire, it's just like everyone's like, is Quagsire ready? But then like it's revealed that Quagsire is really strong. That'd be awesome. Like I just feel like it's a better fit for Ash personally. Thank you, Zytoshi, for the idea.
Yeah.
Now as for the next Pokemon, oh yeah, people are waiting for this one.
Larvitar, because I get it, it should have been delayed, I understand that, but honestly, Ash should have kept Larvitar.
Like, I think for this, if we ever rewrote the Pokemon series with Larvitar, imagine him hatching it maybe after the Whitney or Morty gym. That way, Larvitar is in the group longer. Like, look, no offense to the episodes with Larvitar we got in the original series. Those were great. It was good development. But honestly, I think it would hit more if Larvitar was there longer. Heck, imagine Larvitar always being there during the gyms. Like, during the gym battle against Chuck, it gets a little scared. During the gym battle with Jasmine, it's still scared, but then it goes, huh? Then, of course, against Price, Larvitar is invested, like, and then against Claire, like, yes, yes, yes!
And even during, like, the Johto conference, it would actually, like, participate in a battle. It may not do well for the first time, but
yeah,
all gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, yes, Ash would eventually return it to its mother, but then after a few days, Larvitar would come back, because it decides, you know what, I want to get stronger, and Ash was the one that opened it. Maybe Ash would later in another series, Ash would visit, and honestly, that's fine. It'd be great to see Tyranitar again.
Yep.
And as for the last
there's
one.
one more Pokemon that we actually gave Ash, and we already gave him his first Steel type. Let's give him the other type that was introduced in this gen, shall we?
Yep. You all remember the episode when Ash and company got attacked by those Houndour? Let's just say the leader of that pack actually respected Ash enough to want to go with him. Like, imagine Ash having this Houndour along with Cyndaquil. Like, Cyndaquil at this time can really ignite its flame, but then after seeing what Houndour can do, given its experience as a leader, Cyndaquil kind of develops more. Because let's be real, Ash's development for Cyndaquil, it was not good. It was not fitting. It was kind of forceful.
Like it was forced.
Yeah, so honestly, having a mentor like Houndour would be good. Like, heck, during the battle against Jasmine and Price, Houndour could definitely clutch. Like, heck, imagine again it faces against Steelix and gets knocked out. That's when Cyndaquil comes out and sees, oh damn, he's down, and decides, you know what, I gotta step out, and evolves into Quilava during that. And then later on, when Houndour sees Quilava, he goes. And then maybe during the Johto League, Houndour can evolve to Houndoom. It would be a really good idea.
Yeah.
Plus, if Ash uses it during the battle against Gary, it'd be even more shocking for that punk. Plus, when Ash faces against Harrison, now he knows how to handle Houndour.
Yep.
Plus,
Yeah,
Hendar's just
overall,
cool.
like, not much of a change for the Johto team in comparison to the last one, but still pretty solid.
Oh yeah, for sure. Honestly, I would prefer this over the Canon team because the Canon team was not that great.
Again, this was like his starting point, so.
Yeah, so now we move on to
The Hoenn region, which is honestly, yeah, this is like the case where Ash didn't catch every Pokemon over there, which is not a bad idea, but I felt like we could have done some more work with it.
yeah, of course, he's bringing in Pikachu. However,
And remember how we brought like some other Pokemon with him? Well, this time he only brought one with him. And who did he bring? Pupitar!
or Larvitar, because let's be real, if Ash did bring catch Larvitar, it would probably be during the league, and at that point, it's kind of late for Larvitar, so Ash decides, you know what, if I'm going to restart with Pikachu, I might as well bring Larvitar just to help train, and maybe during Hoenn, it would have actually evolved maybe halfway through. Yeah, it could fully evolve later on, but honestly, Pupitar is a good midpoint to show its progression.
Yeah, and was actually start being like pretty more capable in gym battles. It could actually be capable against like Roxanne and definitely helpful than some of the other gyms.
Yeah, exactly. Like Winona, I know it would definitely handle those, and then even maybe against Hidden Liza.
Yep.
Now, as for the next Pokemon,
We're keeping Grovyle. I mean, it's one of the goats. It's one of his goated grass types.
though,
We're
we
gonna
won't-
increase the win rate, are
yeah,
we?
because that was kind of embarrassing, and especially against that Love Disc from Juan. Oh, I get it. He's the last gym leader, but for God's sake, it's a Love Disc! It's so... It's like a slap to the face. Like, they literally took a wet napkin and slapped me in the face with it. It feels so wrong. Like, I get how it worked, it's just, I don't like how it worked.
It's just stupid.
Yeah, very stupid. And of course, the
But
next
to
Pokemon.
cleanse the stupidity, we got Swallow. This is a hot take. This is honestly his best bird Pokemon.
Yeah, even more than Talonflame and Staraptor, because Swallow was friggin' badass. I mean, when as a Tailo, it took Thunderbolts from Pikachu, and it kept going. Heck, don't you remember when it stopped that Donphan?
With its own feet.
Just saying, it's really good, especially for a 2-stage evolution Pokemon. It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
As for the next Pokemon,
We're keeping Corphish.
yeah, I know we could have given Corphish to another character, but honestly, Corphish fits well with Ash. Plus, I could
This
have.
is funny as hell, really.
Plus, I can imagine Corphish and Larvitar kind of getting in disputes every now and then on like who
And then
fit
Corphish tried like the pierce through the defense and then like
like, because of course, remember Larvitar knows Harden, so for some
Yeah.
reason. Now, as for the next Pokemon, and this is going to be a big change.
Vibrava.
No, unfortunately, folks, Torko's not
Torko
coming.
has to take the bullet.
Look, I like Torkoal. He was a very, very lovable turtle who cried a lot, but it's
He's
Windwings.
honestly the weakest of Ash's fire types.
Dude, probably one of the weakest of Ash Pokemon, period. I mean, it only had 4 official wins, and its first win is off-screen battle.
That's
and-
kind of sad, really.
And
Even-
don't forget, Thunder Wave! I know the anime doesn't always follow the logic of the games, but Thunder Wave paralyzes. It doesn't. Anyways, everyone agrees Ash should have gotten a Flygon. So, in this version, instead of meeting Torkoal in that valley, imagine he meets a Trapinch. That's kind of not there.
Yeah, it just only has one might stat. Fight.
Like, imagine
Like,
Ash
literally
like,
first meeting Ash, like Ash wanted
"Aw,
like, to see
look
what's
at
up
you,
with
you're
it.
so cute." Oh my goodness! Yeah. But eventually it would join Ash after seeing how strong he is and even learning a move like Sand Tomb. Honestly, Trapinch is a good ground type, but imagine during the battle against Hidden Liza, like it sees Swallow struggling and decides, you know what? I gotta do something, and eventually evolves to Vibrava, a ground dragon type. It'd be a really good addition to Ash's team. Just saying, better than Torkoal!
Plus, it can still learn a fire type move.
Yeah, Fire Blast. That'd be awesome. Just saying. Of course, the next two Pokemon for Ash and Hoenn.
Zangoose, definitely. This is like another Pokemon that people want Ash to have. Even I wanted to have it. Because not only that's like screams an Ash Pokemon, but imagine this. A running gag between Zangoose and Viper constantly. Like, even like when Team Rocket's in disguise, Viper just pops out and just like glares at Zangoose and then just blows Team Rocket's cover every time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why like every time they want to make sure Zangoose is there. Like, is he there?
Only for the last minute to realize, hi.
Oh yeah. Plus, obviously, Zangoose kind of feels like a shonen protagonist, an edgy shonen protagonist. So honestly, it would fit Ash.
Plus, it would have a bit of a rivalry with Grovyle.
Oh damn, that would be so cool. And then eventually, they just give each other a nod of respect. Like, I see you, gangsta. And as for the last Pokemon,
Snow
Now, look, Glalie is, pun intended, cool.
I mean, it even took out Matang, so that's actually pretty impressive.
But we kind of have different plans for Snorunt in this version, which we'll explain later.
Yeah, overall, a small adjustment to the Hoenn team, but this one felt like a lot more natural.
Now, the next region, we're not going to Sinnoh. We're going
back to the Battle Frontier, back to Kanto.
Oh man, the Battle Frontier, honestly, I feel like Ash was very goated in this series, bringing his old Pokemon.
Yep, and these are the four that he's obviously bringing with.
Of course, there's no evolutions. You'll see why we didn't do that for Snorunt. As for some new evolutions, though...
Tyranitar. Finally, Pupitar reached the potential and becomes Tyranitar.
Honestly, I feel like this is a good full circle moment, because Ash brought a tiny, newly hatched and an infantile Larvitar with him to Hoenn, and now it's become the Tyranitar its mother could be proud of.
Plus, like, it'll have like the same evolution method that Phanpy had becoming a Dawn fan. Like, it's struggling against Team Rocket's like tanky machine, so it's like, might as well go past my limit, and literally shreds that machine.
Yeah, plus I can imagine it still has that childlike attitude at times where like it tries to give it a hug, but because it's so big, it just kind of crushes him.
It kind of crushes him, and when it's like dancing around, it just like causes like a little mini earthquake.
Yeah, but I can imagine Tyranitar comes in clutch in a lot of fights, especially during the fight with Brandon. Like, imagine instead of Pikachu, which I get why they had Pikachu against Regice, imagine Tyranitar as Regice. That would be sick. As for the next Pokemon that's getting an evolution,
Sceptile. We're not really changing much with the Sceptile in that storyline, because like I felt like that was a good character arc.
Oh yeah, for sure, especially against the battle with Spencer, and then even the battle with May. Like, that was very fitting.
Yeah, that was a good way to wrap it up.
And as for the next one, you guys are gonna be surprised.
Crawdon. I know, Corphish has that rivalry thing with Crawdon in that one episode, but imagine this. During the double battle against Tucker, Swellow and Corphish are struggling against Swampert and Arcanine. So in order to go past the limit, Corphish evolves into Crawdon.
Honestly, imagine Crawdon just not liking its evolution at first, but then eventually getting talk from, say, Swellow, Pupitar, and even Pikachu when it was a Pichu, it eventually realizes, you know what? I can still be the Corphish that I was, but go even beyond with Chrono. Like, it'd be great. Plus, maybe it wouldn't lose to Misty's Politoed like in How to Be a Pokemon Master. What a disrespectful way to end the Ash's series, just saying. Anyways, we're moving on. But you probably noticed, we're missing one. Yep. Flygon. Now,
yep.
Honestly,
he'll be evolving this thing.
Yeah, like I can imagine during, say, the battle with Annabelle or somewhere else, Vibrava struggles and eventually evolves fully to Flygon. Heck, imagine Ash falling and Flygon picking him up. That'd be a good reference to the Jirachi movie, even though that movie's kind of booty cheeks. Because it's focused on MASH. On Max. Sorry, stutter. Yeah, but yeah, Flygon would definitely be like a really good Dragon type for Ash. Plus, it'd be better with him than Roo. That guy, I swear. Like, I'm sorry, we're on a tangent here. This guy thinks he's so cool with his with combed over hair, his dripless clothes, and oh, look at my flower! I'm so see.
Would you rather take him or Harley?
I would take Harley, because Harley's funny.
Even though Harley's like a mega ass.
Yes!
Mega try
He gets what he deserves. Drew doesn't! Moving on. I'm sorry, folks. Sorry. I have a hate boner for Drew. Let's move on. Of course, we're keeping it. Like, it was good setup. It was really funny. Though, I don't know why, but imagine if after Apom steals Ash's hat during Campfire, suddenly it gets picked up by Tyranitar. Like, it'd be funny.
Yeah,
Like,
Tyranitar being the protective fodder.
well, he'd still be playful, but still, it'd be funny. Like,
he knows the limits.
Like, do not mess with Ash's hat. That is the one thing you don't do in this group. They probably noticed it. We have one more Pokemon. What can we give Ash?
Gligar!
Look, the storyline with Gligar is great in Sinnoh.
But I felt like he could have had this one a bit earlier.
Yeah, I mean...
And it still had that same personality and story arc, really.
Yeah, and heck, probably have a better win rate than having 2 wins recorded. I'm sorry, just Gliscor deserved better.
Oh my god, I felt like they could have done more with Gliscor.
So, yeah, this is Ash's Battlefront tier team, and honestly, it works out pretty well. This is honestly my favorite, one of my favorite versions of this team. Though, of course, we had to say goodbye to Kanto again. Go.
We're going to one of the goats.
Yeah. Now, again, we are actually going to have Ash bring more Pokemon from his old region. Of course, Pikachu. And he'll bring 3 others, and you'll see why. But first, the one change we're making...
We're evolving Weasel. Like,
okay.
Don't get me wrong, Weasel's a good Pokemon. Like, early on, it was actually built up to be one of Ash's ace. Like, it did well against Lean, even though it was tied, and it kept up with its own evolution line, and it did well against Fantina.
But it's weird.
Then I remember, oh yeah. Drapion! Weasel!
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
Yeah, Weasel, I'm sorry, like, Weasel deserved better. Honestly, I feel like evolving might help more. Like, it can still keep its own shonen protagonist vibe, but as a float. Though, I can imagine, like, when it's getting cocky, it just, like, pulls its flotation like, floats.
It's just pulling a Baywatch.
No lie, I kind of want an episode where Floatzel is a freaking lifeguard. Like, running on the beach with the sunglasses. That'd be funny. And of course, the next Pokemon we're gonna have Ash have in Sinnoh.
Frostlass.
Yeah, remember the Snow Run Ash had? Yeah, this is why we have to stop evolving. Now, because of the introduction of Dawnstone, I can imagine an episode of Diamond and Pearl where Ash and the company learn about the new evolutions. If you have a male Kirlia, it becomes a Glade. If you have a female Snow Run, it becomes Frostlass. And Ash, of course, being Ash, just gets stunned like, oh, I know, that's silly. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna get a Frostlass, right, Snow? Snow? And it becomes a Frostlass. And of course, Rock and Dawn are just shocked, like, did Ash know? I think he did. It really shows Ash's understanding of Pokemon.
You're a girl this whole time?
Never mind! Ash! Like, that honestly would be just even funnier than the P-Dub reveal. But, let's be real, Frostlass would be deadly. Like, it's both ice and ghost.
Snow Cloak.
Yeah, give that thing hail and then have Shadow Ball, Ice Beam, like, it's deadly. And if you're wondering...
instead of Ice Beam, Blizzard.
Yeah, and you're probably wondering if Paul is going to have Frostlass in his cannon. Nope.
I mean, like, I get it. It shows, like, a bit of versatility, but, eh.
Yeah. Plus, honestly, this is one of another female Pokemon Ash could have besides Espeon and Bayleaf. So, honestly, it fits. Yep. Now, as for the next Pokemon...
Gliscor.
Yeah. Gligar is going to come back, and it's going to learn how to fly. Like, honestly... I enjoy the storyline with Gligar, but I feel like having it in the beginning would show more progression. Like, showing that, yeah, it has a lot to learn and eventually evolving. Maybe evolving during, like, say, the Fantino gym battle, because Yeah, remember Gligar wanted to fight in that gym battle, but because it's still kind of new, it couldn't. So, in this canon,
it really do a whole lot.
Yeah,
but
and you're probably wondering why? How can it learn how to fly? Well,
it's because of a certain flying buddy, aka Staraptor.
Now, I can imagine this. Remember when Team Rocket kidnapped Pikachu for like the millionth time, and Ash didn't have any flyers? He has Gligar. Problem is, Gligar
can't really fly unless the wind is in its back.
So of course Ash will catch Starly, and eventually that's how he has Raptor. I can imagine the Starly, Staravia, and Staraptor kind of being a mentor to Gligar, teaching it how to fly with read the wind and such, you know. And honestly, that'd be a good rivalry, better than how it was in canon where they barely interacted. Because remember the Doc Brock episode when Patrice got sick? Who was Ash going to send? Gliscor. No. All right, Staraptor, you're up. It was so
mean. Got in trouble, and then Gliscor went out, only to be left behind.
Yeah, it was funny, but kind of messed up. So that's why we were having them meet a little earlier and have a little bond moment.
Okay, and you probably might remember that we did like an upgrade for each evolution. Well, in this case, we decided to do a de-evolution.
Yeah.
Turtwig.
Oh, Turtwig. You were so great.
Strong. Like, he was one of Ash's early aces.
I mean, don't forget, it beat both Cranidos and Rampardos. Like, the 2 evolution line. And even beat its stronger version in the battle against Gardenia. After it evolved, though, that's its win rate. It got so bad.
The only time it won as a Grotto was against Sneasel.
And that's it. I mean, how many times did it lose? Let me see. Lost to Paul's Honchkrow twice. It lost against Abomasnow. It lost against Bertha's Hippowdon, Palmer's Rhyperior, and Paul's Drapion.
And also against Volkner's Electivire.
Yeah, that was bad. So in this canon, Turtwig staying the ski Turtwig. And yes, we could have it evolve, but honestly, Turtwig was good the way it was. Like, heck, I could even see it learning a Leaf Storm.
Yeah, it'll learn Leaf Storm, it can have Energy Ball and Synthesis, but it can also add some other moves too, like Tackle, or even like Bite, or even like something more defensive, like Withdraw.
Yeah, exactly. Turtwig was fine the way it was. I don't know why they had to make it evolve. See, this is why we don't need to have every Pokemon evolve. Just saying. Speaking of...
Hippowdon! Remember that Hippopotas episode where Turtwig actually have a good bond with that Hippopotas?
Yeah.
This is the case that it'll be it, and instead of like Ash struggling with like the defense with Grotto, imagine Hippowdon being the one that struggles with it.
Yeah, honestly, like imagine it Paul Torterra actually teaching Hippowdon, and honestly, it would help Ash. Plus, remember, he had experience with Pokemon like Mux, so honestly, it would work. Not to mention, Hippowdon can learn a few good moves like Fire Fang and Ice Fang, so it would definitely be more
coverage.
Yeah, exactly. Though, I can imagine when it gets happy, it shoots sand out of its nose and stuff, and it eventually hits everyone like, dang it! I know you're happy, but that hurts! Hippowdon!
This is why I hate sand.
Don't let Hippowdon hear that. He might get a little offensive. And if you're wondering, yes, we're keeping it a male because, you know, the color.
I mean, I don't mind I like the color scheme for the female Hippowdon, but male just works better.
Yeah.
For Ash.
And of course, for the next Pokemon,
Infernape. We're keeping the go. We're keeping the go.
It's peak Pokemon writing.
I don't think we need to really add much to it because it's just Infernape.
Yeah. Though there are some Pokemon that we're gonna add that. Yeah, might give Infernape a competition.
Lucario.
Now, look, I know people are going to say, but wait, if you have the Riolu here, then it's going to take away from Chimchar's development. What are you going to do? What? No. Like,
don't worry. It's not going to outshine Infernape. It'll still have its, like, rough moments, too.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll evolve until, like, maybe during the Sinnoh.
Yeah, because remember, Ash met a Riolu during the Pokemon Ranger episodes, and honestly, they had a good bond. Heck, remember, Ash learned how to tap into Aura to find Riolu. Imagine Riolu decided to stay with him. It'd be a really good Pokemon. Definitely want to learn from Monferno and Infernape, and that's when it can eventually evolve. It doesn't need to take the screen time like Ash's did in Journeys. It could learn its own.
Exactly.
Plus,
Speaking of the progression,
plus, let's be real, Ash could use a steel type. And, of course,
we got the Garchomp. But in this case, instead of catching Gible way later on, which was a bit of a waste,
yeah,
he will catch Gible a bit early.
Yeah, it deserves it. Like imagine in the beginning it tries to learn Draco Meteor, it still hits Piplup as a goodbye. It's getting better, kind of hits Piplup. Then near the end, it perfects Draco Meteor. It still hits Piplup.
It just does it. It does it out of affection, really.
I can imagine if they go to like a therapist trying to understand why Garchomp's Draco Meteor does that, they would reveal that it's because Garchomp sees Piplup as its greatest friend, and Piplup's like, fine, I guess it's fine.
Well, it's like, instead of just like having like 3 Pokemon against like with the Volkner one, imagine this: Hippowdon, Gabite, Turtwig, and Infernape.
That would be really fitting, especially because Gabite is ground type.
Gliscor is absent, but then again, Gliscor is still training just to be a better flyer. So what our options could be good instead of just like the Pikachu and Electivire one.
Yeah.
I find that bullshit. I'm sorry, guys. Like, once, okay. Twice, that's just pushing it.
Actually, kind of 3 times, because don't forget Paul's.
I know, but I'm referring to the Volkner one.
Yeah. But anyways, yes. Ash's Sinnoh team was already good before. This, honestly, it would be
cinema.
It's peak.
Peak cinema.
Now, of course.
Be ready, guys, because we're gonna get a little salty with this one.
Yep. We're going to Unova.
I know. This is like the one where Ash caught a lot of Pokemon, and this is like the one where he's rotating. He's like, oh, I'm sure it won't be that bad. Like, okay, let's see. He got it. He obviously has Pikachu. Like, okay, he has a Oshawott. Oh, he also has a Knight.
Snivy.
Alberto, not bad. I mean, he has Leavanny and Crocodile.
Yeah, that doesn't really help. And then that Scraggy didn't. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we got a lot of work to do. So let's get to it. First off,
do what?
Yeah. Look, we could have Ash with a Samurai. That's fine. Thing is, though, Duat seems like a good balance between being badass and still being funny like an Oshawott. Like,
so, we got the balance. Duat.
So honestly, I can imagine it evolving maybe halfway through the series. Though, imagine when Ash reunites with Dawn and Duat sees Piplup, he's just like,
he's short.
I'm not that short! What? I can't hear you from down there.
You're all the way down here.
Yeah, see, but still, Duat would show its power, because, yeah, Oshawott's win rate is not the best. So imagine him having a Duat, it would definitely work. Better than with the Burgundy, the for real. Yeah. Of course, the next Pokemon we're going to give Ash for Unova.
Braviary, yeah, we're replacing on Pheasant. No, shit, Pheasant.
Like,
I get it, it's supposed to be a thing with Ash catching every regional bird. Okay. Pidgeot, okay, that makes sense, it was the first time. Noctowl, okay, pretty good. Swell, alright, that's badass. Oh, Staraptor, okay, let's keep the trend going. Oh.
Yeah, and the fact that its win rate it was not good. It even lost to a... You know what I'm talking about. I'll show you the clip. Let me show you the clip. Yeah, that is just disrespectful. So no. Instead, Ash is gonna catch a Rufflet. Though, imagine this: Ash actually has an egg. Instead of it being Scraggy, it ends up being a Rufflet that can't fly. I can imagine Ash kind of nurtures it to try to teach it how to fly, and eventually it does. And later on, it does become a badass Braviary because, unfortunately, it takes a long time to evolve. It honestly fits more with Ash because Braviary is all about bravery. And guess what? Ash, he's ready to evolve. Yeah, so honestly, it would work. Plus, I can imagine it kind of giving Swallow a run for its money with how strong it is.
Yeah, plus it knows a rock type move. Oh.
Yeah, sorry, Swallow, you kind of got your ass beat. Of course, the next Pokemon.
Darmanitan. Okay. Why did he need to repeat the history with Tepig being a copycat of Charmander?
And Chimchar?
Like, I get it, Universe like a soft reboot, but not everything has to be copy and paste.
Yeah, so instead, Ash is gonna get a mischievous little Darumaka who would follow him around and eventually join his team. Then it becomes a very badass Darmanitan. And honestly, it kind of fits Ash because he's kind of a monkey kind of kid, and Darmanitan's kind of monkey-like, so it fits. Plus,
Yeah, so
it is
like-
pretty strong.
Yeah, if there's like a certain animal that I kind of see Ash aside from like turtles, because every time Ash goes to a new region, he gets a turtle somehow. It's a monkey. It's a monkey.
Yeah, he's very hyperactive. Now, you're probably wondering, what about his grass type?
Well, Snively's not a bad choice, mind you.
It just didn't
There's
develop.
another grass type he has. Leavanny.
Leavanny, though, oh, okay, I'm gonna be real with you. Leavanny's so underutilized and it's so strong. Like, its first debut battle, it took out 2 Pokemon from a gym leader, and then it snagged a pretty good win during the Junior Cup.
Yeah, it did well during the Junior Cup, and he even actually did pretty well against Roxy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if Ash utilized it more, it'd be great. Plus, don't forget the battle with Sock. Like, that was...
Yeah, it lost, but she kept up.
Yeah. Like, so yeah, unfortunately, Snivy's not coming back. Like, we could have given Ash Snivy, but let's be real, Snivy was wasted. Like, it was so overhyped to be, like, experienced. Yeah,
But
with
no,
these...
it kept getting knocked out.
Like, it's 3 moves. Like, it's 4 moves. Like, they never learned a new move. Like, Leavanny learned a new move. Like, come on, just saying.
But as for the next Pokemon, we're giving Palpitoad an upgrade.
Okay,
I know
look.
some people are going to be giving us daggers like, why are you keeping Palpitoad? It's not that good. It's like, honestly, it's not that bad, really. Like,
Yeah.
it kept up with Step Striker. It did fairly decent in Roxy. It lost, yeah, but it pulled its own pretty well.
Yeah, plus, don't forget, its first debut battle against Burgundy was pretty well, and then even against Elisa. Like, I mean, it just needs to learn more. Hell, like, it's one of Ash's underrated Pokemon. Like, I know people don't get why he got Palpitoad, but honestly, I like Palpitoad.
I like
Yes.
Palpitoad as well. Plus, the moveset to that is pretty deadly as a Palpitoad. Like, you got, like, Mud Bomb, you also have Hydro Pump, Supersonic, and Sludge Wave, which is honestly, you know what? That's a pretty badass moveset.
Like, imagine this. Ash sends Seismitoad back to Oak's lab and learns from Floatzel and eventually learns Rain Dance. Use Rain Dance, guess what? Swift Swim. Fast as fuck. Just saying. That'd be great. So yeah, Seismitoad is staying.
And as for the next one, Gigalith.
Look, Rock and Roll was Ash's first rock type. It got done dirty. Let's be real. It got done really dirty.
The only time it actually did pretty well was against the battle in Clay, which it's still a badass battle, but afterwards it kind of got shunned.
I mean, it lost against a double battle with Professor Juniper and Bianca. It lost against Roxy's Coughing. And don't forget Cameron's Hydreigon. Granted, Hydreigon is a pseudo-legendary, so I'm not going to give it too
I
much
was able
crap.
to give that a pass, really.
But still, like, it's Cameron. Like, just... It should have evolved. Honestly, I feel like if you want to reintroduce the trait evolutions, Boulder is a good option.
Yep.
And again, since Ash has had experience with more defensive Pokemon, Gigalith, it wouldn't be out of reach.
Yeah, and so it would not be that far-fetched, really.
Yep. And as for this last Pokemon,
It's the Go to Unova Crocodile. Like,
yeah, it's
it's
so
just
good.
that perfect. Great story, great development, and great movesets, too.
It only has lost once against Skyla, but after that, dude, it got fucking...
He's cleaning house, which makes you
Bryce.
wonder, how come Ash didn't use this against Roxy? It would have helped out.
Yes, but in this version, imagine Ash catching it as a Sandow, and it actually develops later on. Like, it could still have its rivalry with Pikachu, mind you, but then when it evolves, it starts getting better and eventually becomes Crocodile. It would make a lot more sense. Plus, its moveset's pretty varied, like Dig, Dragon Claw, Aerial... Stone Edge, yeah. Honestly, really perfect. So, yeah, honestly, way better than Ash's original Unova team.
Yeah, that was like a much needed upgrade.
Yeah, even if this is a sub reboot, honestly, I think this works a lot better.
Yep.
But now we're going to one of the most overrated series.
Palos. Like, yeah, this is like a part where like Ash was like a little more serious, and honestly, I would have taken that over how the Unova series did Ash 3.
Yeah, but
I know some people are thinking like, oh, this is his best team. Honestly, I would say it's his third best team.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it kind of over-relied on Greninja. Like, no offense, I like Greninja. He's awesome, but, dude, it was over.
Kind of took away the spotlight. I think the only other Pokemon that helped out was, like, Hawlucha and Talonflame.
Yeah.
And then we got, like, 2 Dragon types, and one was underutilized, and one was getting old left and right.
Yeah, so this is our remake, and we're gonna give Ash 3 more Pokemon, so let's see how you guys feel about this. Of
Yeah, we're
course.
keeping Pikachu. And another thing we're obviously keeping Greninja, because, correct me if I'm wrong, after the battle with Team Flare, the whole situation was averted. All Divines were gone.
Apparently, yeah, it should have been.
And yet they come back.
Yeah, so this version, they're done. It's gone forever. We're not having Solosis bring back the Vines. We're having Greninja stay. Because that departure was the freaking worst.
It was just as bad as how they did Ambipom.
Yeah, we're not gonna continue that.
We're not gonna go on a tangent. Let's just like go on to Talonflame.
Yeah, Talonflame honestly was pretty badass. Like I liked how Ash counted, and honestly I feel like it could have been utilized a lot more. But honestly, for what it was, it did pretty well. Even tied against...
I can still imagine it's still a mischievous little bird like it was in Fletchling.
Not bird, burb. Get it right. Yeah. Though, I will say, maybe getting training from both Braviary and Swallow could definitely help out Talonflame. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
As for the next Pokemon...
We're obviously keeping Hawlucha, because...
I mean... It's a wrestler Pokemon. It's awesome. Plus, its development with Ash was so
saw
good.
the debut, I was like, so this is ore farming? Oh shit.
Yeah, honestly, it's so good, and its win rate's pretty well, honestly. Even beating a fairy type with Spritzy, even though we don't...
You don't need to do that trick room bullshit.
No, we don't.
You could have just done it defensively.
Yeah, Hawlucha is just so good. Plus, its development with a certain Pokemon was really well done, which we'll go into later, but for now...
Go!
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Ash did not catch a grass type during his journey with Kalos, right?
Not really, no, because like, most of the time he had like Dragon or like Flying.
Yeah, that was very unbalanced, so let's add Go-Go. Yeah, I know we could give Ash a different grass type, which we might later on, but honestly, Go-Go feels like an Ash Pokemon. Like, imagine during an episode in Skidoo Ranch, Ash meets a Skidoo who's very hyperactive, and Ash wants to try to tame it, but it can't. Guess who could teach him? Serena, because
even though she prefers performing, she's no stranger to like taming Skidoos and Rhyhorns.
Good, you get more shipping. But honestly, imagine like Skidoo sees Ash leaving and decides it wants to go with it because it thinks he's fun. Ash now has a new Skidoo, and honestly, I think Skidoo could do pretty well in a lot of gyms, like against Grant and against Ramos. Imagine during Ramos, it sees its evolution, and it's like, oh dang, I could get better. And eventually, it evolves to a Go-Goat, and honestly, Go-Go deserves love. Like, it is a pretty cool Pokemon. I know it's not the best, but honestly,
it's not that bad, really. I've used it before. It's kind of reliable.
Like, imagine this Pokemon beating Alon's Tyranitar. Because look, Pikachu beating 2 pseudo legendaries is cool, but it's kind of flexing too much. So, Go-Go beating a Tyranitar would be awesome.
Yeah, plus it does have the type advantage.
Yeah, now for the next Pokemon
that we're bringing in, Pyroar.
Yep, because of course Ash is a fire type. In all seriousness, Pyroar is pretty underutilized, and we think we could work out for Ash. Plus, remember we did have that Lit Leo episode. Maybe have it a little early on.
Ash should have caught one.
Yeah, have it a little early on. Have him catch it before battle against Ramos and Wolfrig, and honestly, it'd be good. Though I can imagine Lit Leo notices how Serena is and tries to push Ash towards her, but every time Ash is like, "Aw, you want to play, right, Lit Leo? No, go to her. She likes you. Aw, you're such a good Pokemon." And Pikachu just gives a look like, "Just don't, just give up." He's dead as a rock.
He's a dense motherfucker.
Yeah, though I can imagine even like as a Pyroar, like it bumps Ash towards Serena, and Ash just gives Pyroar a look, and Pyroar just goes, and Ash just, of course, he's like, "What?" everyone's just like, oh my, Arceus, why is he like this?
Classic anime protagonist density.
Yep.
I love it.
Now, as for the next Pokemon,
Noivern, but in this case, Ash is going to be catching this one a bit earlier.
yeah, because let's be real, Kalos did it dirty. I know they wanted to give Ash a new Pokemon to replace Goodra, but why so late? Like, you could have done it so much earlier. Like, it never even participated in Gym Battle, so I think in this version it would. And honestly, I feel like this could be during, like, after the Clement Gym, after, you know,
Yeah,
all
it
that.
could definitely be after that time. And heck, it could be like during a reunion with Viola's sister Alexa.
Yeah, because don't
Remember,
forget,
she has a Noivern herself.
honestly, I can imagine Ash wanting a Noivern after meeting her, so when he knows about Noibat, he's like, oh, yes!
Yeah, plus Noivern's a pretty underrated Pokemon.
Though, damn it, we're giving Ash 3 flying types! Oh my god! Oh, whatever.
Oh my god, we're such hypocrites.
Yeah, whatever, it's fine. Noivern's
Oh,
cool
well,
as hell.
Like, we're doing a lot more justice with Noivern. And if people are wondering, yeah, we're not keeping Goodra on that one, because, like, Goodra
It's overhyped.
started off fine, and then Ash decided to release it, and then when he brought it back during the Kalos League, it lost 3 times.
Yeah, let's do a recap. Yeah, it's
That was a downgrade for a pseudo-legendary.
like I get it didn't train during that time it was away, but still, like honestly, it fits better with another character that we may or may not do a video on.
Plus, Noivern was able to do one thing that Goodra couldn't. Hit a legendary Pokemon. Because
Yeah.
it hit Zapdos.
It didn't beat him, it hit him. It's pretty
But
badass.
it did a lot more damage.
Yeah. Anyways, the next Pokemon though, oh yeah, this is gonna break molds. First, fossil Pokemon. Now, though before that, we did have an idea. Imagine
You
Ash
will
and
have an
Serena.
Amora, and Serena will have the Tyrant.
And at first,
Yeah.
of course, they're bonding. They're like, "Oh, this is cool and stuff." But then, during a training session, they notice something off. Amora is actually drawn to Serena's performance, while Tyrant is actually more focused on Ash's battle.
Yeah,
Solution?
to the point where each of them are trying like to imitate the other's style, and then both of them realize, maybe we could trade.
And of course, Ash knows how to do that because he's traded before. So eventually they trade so that Ash now has a badass Tyrant. Plus, I can imagine Ash wanting Tyrant because of Brant's Tyrant. So it would be pretty fitting. Plus, Rock and Dragon's pretty good typing.
Yeah, it gives it a small resistance to ice at least.
Yeah, plus, like, when it evolves, it could be a very another tanky Pokemon Ash could definitely utilize. Though, imagine Tyrantrum and Noivern being friends, because they are still kind of the youngest of the group. So when they're playing, the Earth kind of shakes and it kind of makes a mess, and, yeah.
Oh boy, don't put those 3 with Tyranitar, otherwise that small earthquake will be big.
Yeah. So it would be pretty fun, especially when everyone realizes, oh damn, Ash has a fossil. Because fossil Pokemon are underrated. Sorry, Dracovish, you're not special anymore.
And as for the last Pokemon that we're giving Ash, Trevenant. Sorry, Nautel, you're not the only shiny.
Yeah, I mean, yes, technically, Phantom felt like it was more close to Bonnie, but honestly, if we could have given Ash this, and honestly, the story with Phantom could be interesting. Like, maybe it's a glutton that likes eating a lot, but then eventually Ash teaches it how to battle, and then that's when Phantom would want to get stronger. So during, say, a trading conference, Ash is like, okay, who do I trade with my Phantom? Guess who shows up? Jesse in his disguise. Hello, young man. I would like to trade my Pockaboo for your Phantom. Well, how does that sound?
Yeah, they both did trade, but it ended up realizing that Trevenant is not very happy with Jessie. It just keeps attacking her while
Gorgeist is kind of
a sassy bitch towards Ash.
So
And then
during when they battle, they go, wait, before we start. Can I have my Trout pack? Yeah, just do that.
Yes, just keep that thing away from me. Like that's a callback to how James and May did that quick trade before the battle.
Yeah, it would fit. It would be funny, but honestly, Trevenant does seem like a pretty good Pokemon, especially with his grass typing.
Which is honestly a pretty unique typing for a grass type.
Though I can imagine maybe it has a bond with a Go-Goat. So say Tremina gets knocked out during the Pokemon League, Go-Goat decides to avenge it. Man, there's a lot of Avengers in this rewrite, isn't there?
Yep.
But honestly, this is the Kalos team I would like. Okay, I'm sorry, but this feels a lot better.
This felt like a much better version. Like, it started off pretty good early on, but then the last two members were kind of like, they drag it down.
Yeah, so honestly, this has a little more diversity, even though there are 3 flying types, 2 fire types, 2 dragon types, and 2 grass. Yeah.
But the moveset does cover it up.
Yeah, but let's take a break from Kalos.
And go to the Alola region.
Yeah, go to the
Remember how
island.
people think that, like, oh, maybe this is like Ash's second best team. Honestly, this is Ash's second best team.
Yeah, it is, honestly. Like, Alola, ironically, made Ash lock in. So, first off, his Pokemon for this Alola remake?
The GOAT.
Yeah, look, I know people say it should evolve to a Dartrix or Decidueye. Thing is, Rowlet beat its evolution. Let's be real. Rowlet did a lot. Even if he's one lazy boy, he does a lot. And honestly, I am proud of that. Like we said, not every Pokemon needs to evolve, so Rowlet doesn't need to evolve. Plus, its gimmick of keeping the Everstone for Steam Boys.
That's pretty clever. It even took out Braviary.
Oh man, that was so
like,
good.
Okay, Rowlet, like, I already love owls. You're definitely proving why you're my starter in the Alola game.
You know, it'd be funny if Ash's Braviary remake was just something been like, that was chill. Just, it felt like I got beat by a little Pokemon. That wouldn't happen to me, right? Yeah, but we're not going to get any of Ash Rockruff yet, because in this version,
he's getting a Vikavolt. Because remember the first Sun and Moon opening into Japanese?
yeah,
Caught a Grubbin in that opening sequence. But not in the anime, which is a big fat lie.
yeah. Instead, guess who got it?
Sophocles.
Yeah, no, and he didn't catch, like, technically, yes, he battled it, but guess who gave him Charger Bug? Ash, as a gift. I get it was the nice gesture, but dude, Ash got robbed. Yes, I know it feels weird to give Ash another electric type, but honestly, Vikavolt would be good for Ash's team. Like, it's very fast, it's pretty fast, pretty good bug and electric moves. Like, it works pretty well. Plus, imagine it learning how to use Gigavolt Havoc. That'd be pretty neat. Damn, we're giving Ash a lot of bug types. And it won't be his only one, Lola.
That's right, cuz.
The next Pokemon we're giving him?
Lycanroc. I mean, this is like the Pokemon that Kukui had. Well, had.
Yeah, he took
but
care
it
of it.
wasn't
Took care of
technically
it.
his. But if you really think about it, the story arc with Lycanroc was pretty good. Struggling a bit when it became a Lycanroc, and especially in its Berserk mode, until eventually overcoming it against Nanu. And keep in mind, this is the Pokemon that helped Ash win the league. It was a bit bullshit looking back on it, but it was his first official win.
Just saying. Plus, he's a good boy, and it's a unique evolution, alright? Don't take that away from Ash. Speaking of Pokemon we're not taking away,
Incineroar.
the storyline. Yes, we got a fire story that isn't tragic. Well,
It is tragic, but
Not
not
in
in
the
the
same
same way. It's not abuse. It just lost this father figure.
yeah, and Incineroar, plus the fact that Incineroar only lost twice, or technically 3 times, I'm like, dang! Torracat and Lynn were goated. Like,
They're
unreal.
helping out pretty well.
Yeah, that's for
Plus,
the
I
next
can
one.
even imagine, like, at the Incineroar, it did lose the sassiness, but instead of just, like, being sassy, it just loves to flex.
I can imagine it does it to some of Ash's other Pokemon. And like Darmanitan's like and then eventually just like Full Metal Alchemist. God, I love that
This will
scene.
be the only time we have a Pokemon out flex in this one. You'll see
yeah.
it.
As for the next Pokemon,
Naganadel.
I really liked the storyline of Poipole. It felt really nice, really clean, especially after the Nebby arc. But my God, I'm sorry. The return of Naganadel felt very forced. It was still cool to see Ash use an Ultra Beast, but imagine this: Naganadel decides to stay because it's world safe. Like everyone is either some of them are involved, or it's just there's no destruction. It decides Ash is the one that helped me, so I'll stay. Plus, it would be funny to have everyone go by Kukui's house. There's an Ultra Beast right there.
And he's like looked over, it's like,
oh, we're gonna die, aren't we?
don't worry. This one's good.
Yeah.
And then just like saw that thing like drawing on the
like,
stand.
Oh, we're gonna die. Oh God, yeah, but Naganadel, yeah, we're letting Ash keep it in Lola. Like it definitely deserves to stay with his family. Though the next Pokemon,
Golisopod.
Now remember the episode where Ash Pikachu decided to go soul searching in that island and eventually found that Wimpod? Yeah, for a Pokemon region based in the islands, Ash never caught a water type, which I'm gonna be real, it's gonna be
That's
yes.
kind of shocking, really.
Yeah, so imagine Ash decides to catch this Wimpod after it sees his Pikachu's strength. Problem is, like with Dratini, it's kind of a wimp. It's scared all the time.
Ability too.
But I can imagine during Lana's trial with Totem Wishiwashi, Wimpod decides, you know what, I'm going to try to help out, and eventually helps Pablo learn Aqua Jet to defeat Wishiwashi. It gets both Ash and Lana the Waterium Z. Though I can imagine Wimpod still can't use Hydro Vortex because it's still shy. That all changes though during the battle against Hapu. Like imagine during that trial, instead it's a rotation battle and Wimpod's part of it. Like imagine it faces off against the Totem Pokemon, or it faces off against Mudsdale, and it gets kind of overwhelmed, but then it decides to push back instead of being scared. It evolves the Golisopod. It would be a good storyline. Plus, I could imagine Guzma's Golisopod against Ash's. Both are fighting for two different reasons. One for its trainer's love, and one for its trainer's strength. That'd be awesome.
Yep. It'll be like almost like a recreation of Red versus Giovanni in Pokemon Origins, which that's still a great fight, both emotionally. So I can imagine like Guzma actually having fun against Ash.
Yeah, and then like I can imagine Guzma's Golisopod touches Ash's and just gives a nod before fainting. Like that would show Ash's Golisopod is the GOAT. Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. Plus, I can imagine if it ever meets Greninja, it would be even more like, oh, I can do cool things like using a Liquid Dish as a sword. Like that would be kind of adorable.
That would be really cute.
And of course, the next Pokemon,
the other Flexor.
Yeah, look, Melmetal is Ash's first mythical. We gotta keep it. We gotta. Like, it deserves. Like, this is the one mythical he never let go. Nebby doesn't count. But yeah, Melmetal, like, I feel like Melmetal later on could be used more, but for now, it's just so funny and derpy.
Yeah, and then when it became a Melmetal, remember the whole flexing thing on the Cineroar?
Yeah.
Both of them would have the biggest flex-off competition ever.
Who'd win, though?
Both.
You know what? I accept that. Here's a trophy.
Yeah, not really much of a change with the Alola team, just like throwing 2 more members. But still.
Definitely good. But now let's go to a what if. Instead of going to Journeys, what if Ash went
to the Galar region?
Yeah, because Galar got shafted.
Like, I get it, it was supposed to be a love letter to the series, the ultimate swan song, but I felt like they could have waited a little bit.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Super Saiyan. But as for Ash's what if Galar team, of course, he keeps Pikachu, but he needs a starter.
And the only starter that works for him,
Rillaboom.
Because
he's a monkey.
I don't really see him with a Cinderace or a Sobble.
I mean, he could have at one point, but honestly, for here, Grookey fits. Because, again, Ash is like a monkey boy. I can imagine this being kind of like Go's Grookey, except it actually develops instead of being a little shit that gets
every damn time.
That gets lost. Like, yeah. Though I can imagine Rillaboom actually being one of Ash's better grass types, even almost maybe reaching the level of Ivysaur and Sceptile. I know that sounds like sacrilege, but honestly, especially with his G-Max form, like, it would work.
Plus, it's a pretty powerful one, too. Do I need to bring up, like, freaking Leon's Rillaboom?
Oh,
wait,
you mean...
let's play the montage Rillaboom kicking ass.
Yeah. That's why I chose it for my run for Sword.
I picked Cinderace, but hey, Grookey would have been, like, my second option.
Now, as for the... Of course, in any region, Ash needs kind of a flyer.
And Corviknight's that flyer.
It's honestly one of my favorite regional birds now. And honestly,
I love this one, too.
This thing could be better. This could be Ash's, like, best. Like, yes, Swellow, Talonflame, and Braviary are great, but Corviknight. Like, its steel typing is really good. Its moveset's really varied, and man, its strength is so cool.
Plus, I can even imagine as a rookie D, remember how Sekirei kept poking Asta's head during the debut episode? Think it like that. Like, rookie D is just like on Ash's head, it's just like down.
Dang it! Oh, why are you gonna be like this? Why are you gonna be like this? What did I do? Oh my gosh! But yeah, once it evolves to Corviknight, it becomes a lot more mature and honestly kind of big brotherly. Like, I can imagine it even teaching some other flyers how to maneuver. Plus, G-Max Corviknight's pretty badass.
Oh yeah, the wings and the color schemes.
Yeah. Of course, in any Pokemon, we need Ash to have also water and fire type. But first, we're giving him a fighting type with Surfetch. Now, look, I understand Zatoshi's logic, but honestly, Surfetch was so good in Journeys. Yeah, in the beginning, it was kind of trash because it kept getting its ass kicked by Riolu and stuff. But honestly, when it developed, it got pretty strong. Like taking
the
out.
The moment it learned Meteor Assault, it's cleaning house.
I mean, let's not forget, it beat Drasna's Mega Altaria. It beat Cynthia's Roserade, Milotic, and let's not forget, it made Garchomp and Rillaboom stagger. That is not a feat that should be taken lightly. Okay?
Yeah, it may have went down, but it did damage.
A lot of damage. So yeah, Surfetch would be awesome. Though I can always imagine.
Also awesome though.
Yeah.
Centiskorch.
Yep, another bug type, but honestly, this one, we might take inspiration from Zatoshi, where instead of catching it as a Sizzlepede, Ash would fight it during a Dynamax battle.
Yeah, because remember that one Dynamax, episode where all the Dynamax Pokemon were going out of control?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this would have been a good chance for Ash to catch the Centiskorch.
And of course, because he's catching it as a Centiskorch, it has some trust issues, but eventually it would learn how to understand, mellow out, and eventually be a good member for Ash's team. Hell, imagine later on he meets Kabu, and Kabu helps it learn Burn Up. That'd be great development. Plus, G-Max Centiskorch is so gosh dang cool.
It literally looks like a freaking dragon.
Yep. Now as for the next Pokemon.
Drink up this!
Oh la la. Look, I know we could have just given that to another.
Yeah, but honestly, this one surprised me.
Yeah, its ability Strong Jaw, along with moves like Frigious Red and Ice Spraying, god damn, it is so good. Plus, let's not forget, it beat both Cynthia's Roserade and Leon's busted ass Rillaboom.
Yeah, it beat two Pokemon that had a type advantage.
And let's not forget, it also did pretty good damage against Leon's Dragon Ball. So honestly, Dracovish deserves it. Honestly, the best Galar fossil, even though there's not a lot of competition.
Not really a whole lot, really. But one thing that we're doing, we're not gonna give it Water Gun.
No, that was really dumb.
Just give it Hydro Pump or Water Pulse, honestly.
Yeah. Now, as for the next Pokemon,
Urshifu.
Oh yeah, because let's be real. If we're gonna do a Galar anime, we gotta include DLC. And Isle of Armor honestly fits so well.
Yeah, imagine Ash attending the JoJo Academy, and he actually befriended a Kung Fu.
Yeah, it would be pretty good. It'd be a good fighter. probably having the same relationship that Surfetch had with Lucario, being both training. Though I can imagine Surfetch actually beating Kung-Fu a lot, to the point where Kung-Fu kind of gets more worked up, but eventually Ash teaches it to calm down. Though I can imagine it loses against peers because Ash kind of relies too much on Dynamax, and eventually they decide to go to one of the towers. I say the Tower of Darkness. And eventually that's when they beat Mustard and Kung-Fu evolves into Urshifu, single strike style. And honestly, this would be a pretty good legendary for Ash to use. It definitely fits him more, though I don't know if he'd use it too much because, you know, it is a legendary.
Yeah, I think you can only use it in some situations.
Yeah, as for the next Pokemon...
Dreadnought, remember the whole turtle thing? Yep, we're bringing this one back. I know we're giving Ash 2 water types, but honestly, Dreadnought just works pretty well.
I can imagine the Chudel, like, it bites Ash, but then Ash is like, huh, this doesn't hurt as much. So then, of course...
Chudol's like,
yeah, so eventually Ash would catch Chudel. Chudel would be a little, like, one of the Pokemon that's, like, kind of subconscious about size, but eventually it learns to get stronger and eventually evolve to Dreadnought. Though I can imagine when it tries to be habit by Ash, Ash is like, okay, no. But then Dracofish is behind him, he's like, oh, come on. God, I feel bad for Galar Ash. He's got 2 Pokemon that want to bite him.
yeah.
Add
one
Garch.
Pokemon that could bind him too in Centiskorch.
Yeah. Though, okay, you probably noticed in the remake we gave him a Sandaconda, which was pretty good. Though in this remake, since we may follow
We're
the...
actually going to be following the main storyline.
And what happened in the main storyline is a certain Pokemon was caught.
And
Yeah.
that would be Zacian.
I
I
can-
know. We would have thought about Zamazenta, and honestly, Zacian fits Ash a little bit more.
Yeah, I can imagine after the Darkest Day and after the Pokemon League, Ash goes back to give the sword back to the Lumbering Whale. And guess who shows up? Zacian. And he can feel its aura like, huh, you want to come with me, don't you? So eventually he catches Zacian, and he and another companion would decide, let's have a legendary battle. And of course, Ash would win. Though I can imagine Zacian, when it goes back to Oak's lab and sees every Pokemon Ash has, it goes, oh my Arceus, I made such a big mistake, didn't I? And every Pokemon's like, first time? You get used to it. You get used to it. Though I can imagine Zacian actually being more like goes Suicune, where it may stay for a while, but eventually goes off on its own at times, so it doesn't, you know, get too OP, so...
Yeah, it was just like, it will occasionally appear when Ash needs it. Plus, Earth's fairy type.
Yep. Won't be his only one, besides Mr. Mon, just saying. But, of course, after Galar, there is Gen 9.
We're going to the Paldea region.
Yeah, and for this one, we are actually going to give Ash's Pokemon Terra types. So for Pikachu, of course, the Electric Terra type. It fits so well. Now, this region, we actually won't be giving Ash a starter, because in this version, we feel like we could do what Zach did and have the Horizons characters show up, so they'll have the starters. Though, Ash will probably have a few Pokemon that are good replacements. Case in point.
Annihilate.
Yeah.
Yep. Primate's done with its training, and it wants to go back to Ash. Cool.
Yep. And when Ash learns that there's a new evolution for a Primate, he goes all out trying to learn how to train, and eventually learning Rage Fist. Though I can imagine once Annihilate appears after an evolution, it goes crazy. It doesn't know how to control its strength, so maybe it leads to an episode where Ash kind of calms it down, and eventually Annihilate sees it's Ash. So it calms down, and eventually Ash and it can be a good team. And honestly, fighting Ghost is such a freaking OP type-wise.
Yeah.
Though, as for a Terra type, what do you think, Nate?
Definitely Ghost. I could definitely see Ghost being the Terra type.
Yeah, so that way no fairy moves can affect it.
Mm-hmm.
As for the next Pokemon,
Armarouge.
now look, we could have given him Skeledirge like the last one, but honestly, Armarouge fits a lot more with Ash. It's a lot more knightly, more honorable, and honestly, it fits Ash to a T. Yes, Ceruledge is cool, but honestly, it just wouldn't fit Ash.
It wouldn't really fit him all that much. And I know Ligo has one in the anime, but honestly, that was
Yeah, so instead I can imagine Ash finds a Charcadet that's a lot more battle hungry, but he teaches it how to calm down, try to like smell the flowers, and eventually Charcadet relaxes. And eventually later on, Ash finds the armor and gives it to Charcadet to evolve into Armor Rouge. And honestly, it would be probably his second best psychic type next to Espeon.
Yep, and Terra type, definitely fire. It's gotta be fire.
No lie, imagine it using the counter shield technique where like it uses both its armor cannons but then it spins. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, because like as opposed to like just like doing like a breakdance style, it could just like twirl around. Like maybe Ash might have gotten some inspiration from Paul when he copied him.
Exactly. So the next Pokemon though.
Low kicks.
Oh
If
god.
there's like a Pokemon from the Paldea roster that fits Ash the most, Low kicks is definitely up there on
Yeah, such a common rider. I love it.
Yeah, plus imagine like it meets a little nimble, which maybe like a little shy, but in actuality, it just wants to battle. Like it keeps headbutting like Pikachu constantly, just to prove that it's strong.
And eventually, it would learn to evolve to low kicks after Ash catches it. And honestly, low kicks seems like the kind of Pokemon that would be prideful. Like I can imagine, whenever it comes out of its Pokeball, it just crosses arms like low kicks. And always being cool. Of course, with
One more thing that
Showdown.
we're missing for Low Kicks, though, he needs some meaty shades.
Oh, that would be so cool. Though I can imagine low kicks with Showdown mode, its biggest weakness because it does hurt it. So I imagine there's a storyline where Ash and low kicks master it. Though, no lie, I can imagine low kicks and Nightlight being kind of training buddies at times.
Yeah, because like again, the first time me like Nimbus tried to attack everyone and tries to attack the Primate, Primate's just like get hit, didn't felt it. It's like done.
Yeah, but now that they're fully evolved, it would be pretty funny. Though, as for a Terror type, honestly, I say fighting.
It would fit the style.
And now for Ash's next Pokemon.
Palafin.
Yep, Ash is very heroic, so why not give him the heroic Dolphin?
Yeah, I can imagine like Ash running to this like the Finizen when it's just like a little meek and insecure, basically acting like Deku in a way. So Ash decided to like train one up a bit, which will eventually let it evolve into a Palafin, which Ash will be a little caught off guard because not much of a change. But then when he sends it out,
And its hero form comes out. Yeah,
making it one of the few gimmick Pokemon that Ash can try to learn how to utilize.
exactly. Plus, its moveset's pretty good with Jet Punch, Ice Punch, Aqua Jet, Acrobatics. Like, honestly, it's so varied, it's really good.
Yeah, plus even it can use Split Turn too, which goes to the point of being more of a gimmick Pokemon.
Exactly. Honestly, this would be a pretty good Pokemon, though. I can imagine it and Lokix getting into pose battles. Like,
You could say both of them would be winners.
yes.
Alright, give them the trophy as well.
Yep. Here we go. Now, as for Ash's next Pokemon, of course, it's Scarlet and Violet. We gotta give him one of the right Pokemon. And honestly, Koraidon fits the best.
Yeah, nothing against like Miraidon, but I don't know, it doesn't really fit him much.
Yeah, Koraidon though, I imagine the storyline where Koraidon gets hurt and Ash finds it. It feels a little more organic because Ash is a very compassionate person, so Koraidon could definitely bond with him. I can imagine they always eat sandwiches together, and every time Ash like talks to his friends, Koraidon just bites his sandwich, and when he bites it, he's like, Koraidon. Yeah.
Plus, it's very canon in games where you actually do bond with the right Pokemon.
Yeah, and honestly, I can imagine at the end of his Paldea journey, maybe Koraidon would decide to want to stay with Ash instead of with the Saro Turo, you know? So it would definitely work. Plus, it is so badass learning moves like Dragon Claw, Dragon Rush. It's so cool.
It's just a badass Pokemon.
Yep, as for Terra type,
it's definitely going to be a Dragon type. I get
oh
that.
yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't also forget to mention that Palafin will get the Water type, because, yeah. Now, these next three Pokemon, yeah, people are going to be surprised.
It's a Titan.
Okay, look, I know it's not a great Ice type, but honestly, I feel like Ash could have used at least one more Ice type, and it's a Titan. Definitely would be an interesting challenge. Like, imagine he meets a very happy-go-lucky Citadel, during, say, his battle with Grusha, and then eventually it evolves as Titan. It becomes a lot more aggressive and doesn't want to be Ash because deep down it's insecure about its new body. So Ash eventually teaches it how to adjust to the body, and eventually it becomes a very good tanky boy. Like, I can imagine it learning moves like Ice Spinner, Liquidation. Like, it would be a good Pokemon. Plus, I can imagine a lot of the others treat Peach as Titan how to handle attacks, like especially Armor Rouge and Annihilate. As for Terra type, of course, Ice. Because it's cool.
Now for the second to last Pokemon for this one.
Oh boy.
Ogerpon. Remember how we mentioned like the whole DLC that we gotta mention? We obviously gotta bring this one in. And imagine like Ash being like the first person to realize something's up with the story, like he didn't click with it.
Yeah, everyone
And
thinks
he
that
ran into,
Ogerpon's
Ogerpon, who he actually bonded with.
Yeah. Though I can imagine when Ash like meets Ogerpon later on, like he goes, "You're a really cool guy, you know that?" And Ogerpon's like, Wait,
you're a girl, aren't you?
and Ash like, "You forgive me?" He gives him food, and Ogerpon's like, He just eats the food.
Like at that point, Ash would realize about the whole gender thing, and then realize, oh, whoops.
Yeah, exactly. But honestly, Ogerpon does fit Ash a lot more than Argoliva, especially with its masks. Like, honestly, its masks make it Ash's most diverse Pokemon.
Like, it could be like a grass-type Terra, it could be a fire-type Terra, a water-type Terra, or even a rock-type Terra.
Though I can imagine at the end of the Kitakami arc, everyone's leaving and Ash can't find Ogerpon. So he goes to the bus and it's driving away, but suddenly he feels his bag rustling. Ogerpon's right there, deciding to go with him, so he decides to bring it. Though, do you think Ogerpon would be okay with battles, or a little shy but very powerful?
It would honestly be okay with battles. Like, it would be shy during the Kinatami arc, but it'll be a good battler too. What? And this is just like a me thing. I can honestly imagine like Ash and Carmine bonding over like their fondness of Ogerpon.
Yeah. No, imagine Carmine getting jealous that Ogerpon chose Ash more. Like,
No. The one that will be jealous will be Kieran.
It's like,
Because anyone that played the DLC know how far off the deep end that Kieran went after that first part of the DLC.
Anyways, moving on. There is one more Pokemon we could give Ash. Instead of just giving one Paradox Pokemon, let's give him two. Instead of a past one, let's give him the future
one. Iron Valiant.
Now look, I'm gonna be real with you. The future Paradox Pokemon are not that cool. Like, there's Iron, but the only ones that are pretty decent are Iron Valiant, the Tyranitar one, and yeah. They're just, but everyone else, like, why do we need Delibird? Let's be real. Why Delibird and Hariyama need one? But honestly, Iron Valiant fits Ash the most. Like, I can imagine this. Ash meets Iron Valiant, it wants to battle, so he tries to beat it, but it's too powerful because it's a fighting fairy type. So now Ash has to utilize different tactics and eventually he catches it. The problem is, though, he's never had a robotic Pokemon. Every Pokemon he's caught is organic, live. This one is cold, calculated, so this will be an interesting development. I can imagine Iron Valiant being kind of like Android 16 from Dragon Ball Z, where it slowly learns to accept life, and eventually considers Ash and the others friends. Plus, I'll be real with you, I feel like Ash should have caught a Gardevoir Blade.
That's just like, that's like one option, so this is the next best solution.
Yeah. Plus, it's Terra type. Honestly,
Fairy.
Yeah, let's be real. Fairy would fit in. Though
It would be interesting too.
Yeah. Though I wonder who would be stronger, Zacian or Iron Valiant.
Either or, really, because keep in mind, Zacian also has the steel typing.
True.
So, Fairy
Yeah.
Steel, that'll be pretty interesting.
Now you're probably wondering, are we done with this video? Nope, because
Not
now
yet.
we're going to the Master 8. And instead of just going with his Journeys team, Ash is going to bring his 12th best Pokemon from all 9 regions.
Right. And people are wondering what is his best Pokemon in Kanto? It'll be these four: Pikachu, Gengar, Charizard, and Dragonite.
Fun fact: I feel like in this version, Dragonite would probably be one of Ash's best Pokemon with little to no losses. So,
Yep. And for the Johto team, Espeon and Tyranitar.
yeah, you gotta have a good Psychic attack. Plus, another Pseudo would definitely help with the team. As for
Yep.
Hoenn,
It'll be Sceptile and Flygon.
yeah, you gotta have a Grass type to balance everything out. Plus, a Ground type that is above the ground so it doesn't get affected. Definitely really powerful.
Sure, it's weak to ice, but honestly, it would have a fire type move to counter it.
Yep. As for Unova,
For Sinnoh, in this case.
oh, Sinnoh, sorry. Fernet
Yep,
and
it's the
Lucario.
fighting duet of Fernape and Lucario. And this one, yeah, Ash will have the Mega Lucario. But
Yep.
instead of just like regular Lucario, the Mega one, which is still pretty cool, imagine Ash getting Mega Lucario to see.
That would definitely be interesting, especially with his utilization of Aura. It would definitely be awesome. Plus, the
Yeah,
Fernet
plus-
with his ability is so good.
Yeah, and as we know about like with Ash, sometimes he has a lot of unique Pokemon. For example, the Dust Lycanroc form. One of the rare Lycanrocs that only he has. Ash Greninja, a rare ability. There you go.
Yep. Now, as for Unova,
Obviously the good Crocodile.
yeah, Dark and Brown is definitely good typing.
Especially with like the most versatile movesets for Crocodile.
Yep. Now for Kalos.
Yep, he's bringing Ash Greninja for the big tournaments. Like, if you're gonna go big with this one, you gotta bring in the heavy hitters.
Yep. His best Pokemon for Alola.
Lycanroc.
Yep. He could have brought in the Gonadel or Mema, but honestly, Lycanroc's the one that won him the Alola League. So,
And the one that honestly had like the most development too.
true. Now, the Pokemon for Galar.
It's a duet of Dracofish and Surfetch. Two of the underdogs too. Like, they started off weak, but they surprised everyone. Even
Honestly, he could have gone with Urshifu and the others, but honestly, these two would definitely be a lot more deadly.
now
as
you're
for-
wondering what would be his Alolan one.
Or his Paldean.
Yep, Annihilate. I almost consider Ogerpon 2 or Iron Valiant, but remember, Primeape was with him day one, and now that he came back in Paldea and actually becomes strong, there we go.
Yep. So we got Electric, Psychic, Grass, Fire Flying, Firefighting, Fighting Steel, Ground Dark, Ghost Poison, Water Dark, Fighting, Dragon Flying, Rock, Dragon and Water, Fighting Ghost, Ground Dragon, and Rock Dark. My goodness gracious me, this team is stacked.
It's stacked alright. I know
Yeah.
some people are thinking about like, oh, what about bird types? Well, you can just teach Athletes Bloom to Gengar and Espeon. Problem solved.
Yep. Now, that's it, guys. That's our video for Ash's Pokemon team remade. We're not going to do Gen 10 because this is it. Gen 9's
Honestly,
Ash's is done.
We don't really need to do that.
Now, if you're wondering if we're going to do Ash's companions or rivals,
We'll think on that one.
yeah, but thank you guys for joining us in this video. Have a great rest of your day, and don't forget, enjoy your life. Peace. Nate, do I want to know what the hell that is?
A bit of scuff on my end.
What? Nate, that looks like booty cheeks. Nate,
Oh,
are
heart
you
challenge.
Nate, are you okay? Are you okay? I mean, if you're okay,
That's gonna get cut out.
no, it's gonna be in a blooper. I'm putting it at the end.